So we've been working on the item sorter a lot lately, and I kind of want to take a break from that and work on something else. So I'm gonna come over here and work on the dragon a bit. Now the dragon, I'm mainly going to be focusing on after New Year's and stuff and getting all the custom land built. I just want to go ahead and start on it a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start laying out a floor. So the floor inside this ring right here, the water ring right there, I want that to be a whole custom biome with blackstone. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a base of blackstone down all the way down. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into a time lapse and go ahead and get some of this done. Alright, so I got half of it laid out. I'm kind of liking it, but I'm kind of not liking it. I know I don't want it plain like that. I want to do something with it, like add in a bunch of basalt and stuff like that, just to add some texture and some different color to it. Because I know I don't want it plain like this. This is just the base of it. That's really pretty much it that I'm going to do for the dragon right now. Just because I'm not really focusing on this build, I kind of want to get the item sorter done now. I'm going to go ahead and head back over there and work on the item sorter some so I can get some of that done. So let's go ahead and head over there. Oh, and I also took out a bunch of these trees right here, as you can see from the time lapse, because I needed the wood so I can build a whole bunch of chests for the item sorter. So with the item sorter, there's still a lot to go on this thing, so I'm going to get as much as I can done. Mainly I want to focus on getting one of these modules built out completely, just to make sure everything works and make sure everything flows right in it. You know, you want to test one before you build them all, kinda, just to make sure everything's working right. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw on a long time lapse and just see how much of this I can get done. Hopefully we can get most of these modules built up in it, but we'll see. So I also built a ice farm, as you've seen in the time lapse, and collected more wood. I wasn't going to build the ice farm, but I really needed to because I needed more ice. I thought that that area down over there that I was getting ice earlier from would be enough, but I already collected all that ice and I needed more. So I just came over here and built this little ice farm. Now, something I learned with the ice farms in Bedrock Edition is it grows kind of like grass, like the water freezes like grass. So whenever you harvest all the ice and everything, it'll start from one end and then slowly go across it. But if you go through after you harvest it all and put random pieces of ice, it'll spread a lot faster because it'll spread from that one piece of ice to the other and just freeze everything a lot quicker. So anytime you build an ice farm and stuff, just every time you harvest it, go around placing random pieces of ice, and then it'll freeze everything a lot faster and save you a lot of time. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to with the item sorter just because I didn't really play too much this week. And the water system, so the water system back in the back over there kept on getting stuck. Every time I'd throw items in it, they would get stuck on one of these drop downs like this because it didn't have enough power to go through. And I couldn't really figure out why it was doing it or how to fix it. So I had to spend a couple days and figure out what was broken in it and then redesign this whole ice system and stuff for the waters to go through. This one whole module here is complete, up and running. So everything's working perfect and stuff. And now that I have this one done, I can just copy the whole system from this and then put it on the other ones and everything should work perfect. So the front side here, well, this is more of the middle. I put these little corners in all the corners. I'm not really sure if I like them or if I'm gonna keep them. I kind of gotta wait until I build up the rest of this and see how they look all together. But I think it'll look better whenever it's all together. For now, they just kind of look out of place. But this build's far from finished. Like, there's so much stuff that we have to add on the outside and make this place look a lot better. Because right now, we just got all the mechanical stuff in and not really decorated anything yet until we get this whole loot system sorted out, and then once this is up and running we can go through and fix everything up and make everything look good. But I'm gonna go ahead and go up to the top part up there and throw some items in the system and then explain how it works. So with this item sorter, the items are going to come up from the center pillar here and they're going to pop out right here, and that'll put them in the system, which each one is going to be the same. That's why there's pillars on each one, and then they're going to drop out on that side, which you'll see later. So whenever the items pop out, that throws them in the system like this, and then they'll just get sorted through the whole system. I'm going to go ahead and throw a whole bunch of these items in there and head to the back and go ahead and show you it sorting through the system. So whenever the items come through this, they go over, drop down, and they go back in this layer here. Alright, so whenever the systems go down it and come back, as you can see, they go through, drop down, which I'm keeping all this glass so you can watch it, and it's going to look pretty cool. So that's when they're hitting the bottom layer, so they're hitting these right now. Once they come out this end, they went through this whole side, and then they drop down, they go under, and they get thrown back up through this pillar here, which is the same pillar in the front, and then they go back into the system. And once the items go up the back pillar there, they go down and they come through here, which you can see the items all circling through over here. Alright, so they're going to come back through this layer here, go down, drop down, and then go back down the bottom layer there, and that's sorting through the whole system. Alright, so once all the items go through this full system, and they went through this one and this module, all the items come out here, and then they drop straight down, which I don't have anything set up down there yet. This is going to be a channel that goes pretty far down, and it's going to pick up the items and bring them over here, and then they'll bring them to the next pillar and then complete the cycle over and over for each section. So it just flows in these right here and then out these for each one, and that's how each module works. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this episode here. I know it's kind of short, it's just, it took forever to actually fix the water and figure out how to do all this. But now that I know how to do all this, I'll be able to do the other ones a lot easier and faster. So in the next episode, we should be able to get the other 3 built up and them all connected and everything. Hopefully that's the plan. Hit that like button. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and peace out.